Yesterday, around 20 Israeli prisoners of war finally regained their freedom after 2 long years inside Gaza. The entire Israeli society held its breath waiting for this moment, the same society that cheered on Netanyahu's genocidal war and mocked diplomacy suddenly discovered that negotiation, not bombs, freed their people. Donald Trump showed up to stage his usual circus, calling it the end of a 3,000-year-old conflict, whatever that meant, and surrounded himself with Arab leaders paraded as props for a fake peace ceremony. But beneath the glitter of speeches and handshakes lay a deep, undeniable truth. Israel did not win this war. Gaza forced them to the table through resilience, sacrifice, and defiance that shattered the myth of Israeli invincibility. The emotional reunion of hostages with their families struck a painful chord, because now Israelis, even for a brief moment, felt the agony Palestinians live with every single day, the emptiness of seeing loved ones vanish under rubble, the silence of homes turned to dust, and that realization is exactly what makes the confession of one released hostage so devastating to the regime. The most striking revelation came not from the politicians or generals, but from a mother, Maxim Herkin's mother, Natasha, whose words have shaken the entire Israeli establishment. She said her son returned fragile, hollow, and traumatized, not because of Palestinian brutality as the propaganda insists, but because of years of deception from his own government. She said, "My life has come back to me. I slept for the first time. He's very weak. He lost a lot of weight. He doesn't talk about what happened." Her voice trembling with exhaustion and truth, she admitted she was afraid to even campaign for his release, afraid of the government that claimed to defend her. Herkin, a dual Russian-Israeli citizen, was not a soldier or fighter, just a man who went to the Nova Festival and never came home. His ordeal now stands as a mirror for an entire nation that has lost its soul under leaders who thrive on endless war. Then came Yael Adar, the mother of slain hostage Tamir Adar. Her words cut through the hypocrisy like a knife. "They told me a live hostage is worth 100 Palestinian prisoners, including life-termers," she said. "But a dead hostage is worth only 15 Palestinian bodies. Why not 100 dead Palestinians?" And in that one question, she exposed the moral rot of Zionism. But as Professor Jeffrey Sachs warned, Netanyahu's lust for power makes peace fragile.
The Israelis wanted to kill a lot of people. They wanted to kill a lot of people. They wanted to reassert their dominance. And the way that they explain that is that they need to kill 50 Palestinians for every Israeli that died. This was a show of might and terror. And that's what this was about. This was not about even Hamas, because Hamas as a fighting force was degraded soon after the Israeli operation started. Netanyahu himself said that. And today didn't change anything dramatic. There was no disarmament or anything more fundamental. What happened today could happen. Tens of thousands or maybe hundreds of thousands of deaths earlier. And I'd like to say something to the viewers, because last time that I mentioned when we were together, the 67,000 deaths, there were a lot of correct comments that, why do you say 67,000? It's probably hundreds of thousands. And of course, that's right. I said 67,000 because that's what the Gaza health authorities officially declare as the bodies that have been collected. But the specialists, the epidemiologists, and common sense indicates that the actual deaths are many times that. There are no doubt thousands and thousands of bodies buried in the rubble. there are no doubt tens of thousands of people who have died from hunger, who have died from deprivation of safe water, who have died from lack of access to health care. It will only be now, and let us hope that specialists are allowed to go in and do their job to ascertain what the actual death toll has been. In my view, this is a crime scene, Gaza. It's a crime of genocide. It needs to be documented what has actually happened. It's likely that the actual death toll is many times the 67,000 that have been counted. But when I refer to that number, it's not that I'm oblivious of the reality. Quite the contrary. It is that is the official death toll of the Gaza health authorities at this moment. For the moment, at least, the mass murder has stopped. I think what happened is that Israel reached its blood quota. Israeli officials had said that 50 Palestinians will die for every Israeli that died on October 7th, 2023. And that totals about 64,000. And by the official count of the Gaza health authorities, the death toll is around 67,000. I think Israel had just murdered enough people. And Donald Trump said in his speech in the Knesset that it was bad. It was bad, killing. So stop. I think this is a deal, so-called, that could have been reached any time in the last couple of years. Basically, it stops the killing and the hostages were released. Nothing else is settled, but fortunately, the killing is stopped. And that's good news. The rest is about real politics, and there aren't real politics right now yet. And so this is a day to hope that somehow reality will pierce through the showmanship of the Trump White House, which has been complicit in this mass murder since it came into office. And of course, the Biden administration was complicit in the mass murder. We can hope that something more real happens going forward. This is not a peace agreement. This is the end of fighting and the release of hostages held by Israel, a couple of thousand, the 20 living hostages that were held by Hamas. And this is good, but it's not, unfortunately, a peace deal, because a peace deal requires serious politics. And we don't know whether this White House is interested or capable of that. And we don't know what the stamina of the rest of the world will be to try to do a serious peace agreement that could really resolve this crisis. If we don't have such an agreement, there will be more war and renewal of killing, maybe war with Iran and the United States. Many terrible things can happen unless there's a movement to peace. As I've discussed with you on probably dozens of occasions by now, the only peace that is possible is a state of Palestine, that it lives alongside the state of Israel. That was not mentioned by Mr. Trump today, either in his speech in Jerusalem or his speech in Cairo. Not in Cairo, sorry, in Egypt, in Sharm el-Sheikh.